The so-called red pill movement was originally about waking up from societal illusions, waking up from the matrix. But somehow it got hijacked into a hyper-masculine, misogynistic ideology. And unfortunately for many black men, it became a very real reaction to a very real pain. The pain of fatherlessness, the pain of betrayal, the pain of systemic emasculation, social invisibility, and economic struggle. See, but the thing is, instead of healing that pain, the red pill movement weaponized it. It took vulnerability and turned it into venom, especially towards black women. See, the thing is, the red pill movement tells black men, don't be a simp. High value men don't chase women. Women are hypergamous and can't be trusted. Never prioritize a woman. Get money, grind, and stay cold. That's what the red pill movement teaches men. It reduces relationships to power games, a war of leverage, not love. And more specifically for black men, the message becomes, oh, you don't owe black women nothing. She didn't support you. She didn't love you. Why are you protecting her? But the thing is, that narrative is bullshit. And that framing is not only toxic, it's historically inverted. Because before the programming of white supremacy and gender wars, black love was sacred. Black men protected black women, not out of submission, but out of duty. Black women stood beside black men during every form of oppression, from slavery to Jim Crow to mass incarceration and beyond. So when you realize that and you recognize that, you will quickly realize that this idea of loving a black woman being a weakness is a lie. That lie was planted to divide the pillars of the black family. There's a saying, if you can convince a man that love is weakness, you can make him into a weapon instead of a healer. And that's what's going on. Because at the end of the day, a real king doesn't dominate his women or his woman. A real king uplifts her. Because a real king knows that power without love is tyranny, that leadership without service is ego, and masculinity without compassion is empty performance. But the red pill ideology says your worth is in how little you care, and that you're supposed to keep her chasing, keep her suffering, so that you can stay in control. And that is not masculinity. That's just fear wearing a fitted cap. And the fallout, the consequences of this red pill movement are obvious. Black women feel unprotected, feel unloved and unsafe, not just from society, but from their own men. They are called masculine for being survivors, for actually surviving. Their softness is buried under armor that was built from betrayal. And many black women feel like they don't even have a place to rest, to cry, or even be held. And then the cycle just continues. You got hurt people avoiding each other, blaming each other, rather than healing each other. So what does a real awakening look like for black men as it relates to this red pill movement? I think if you truly want to identify as a red pill guy, or you truly just want to take the red pill, then you have to realize it's not about dominance. It's about waking up from the colonized mindset that love is weakness and pain is power. The real red pill movement says, I can protect and still feel. I can lead and still listen. I can love my woman deeply. Not because I need her, but because I honor her divinity. It says we are not enemies. We are soul reflections of each other. So in the spirit of reclaiming strength as love, you have to understand that loving black women does not make you soft. Protecting her does not make you weak. And standing beside her does not shrink you. It expands you. The strongest black men in history, from Malcolm X to Martin Luther King to Fred Hampton to even your grandfather. These men loved their women with full hearts and fearless hands. They didn't get seduced by bitterness, and they weren't afraid to serve love as warriors. At the end of the day, the red pill movement stole the pain of black men and sold us a blueprint for loneliness. And now it's time to take the real red pill, to heal, to see clearly, and to rebuild the spiritual bond between black men and black women. And not from a place of control, and not from fear of being hurt again, but from the truth, which is we are each other's keepers. We are not weak for loving each other. We are divine for it.